Hello, my name is Steve Campbell. I'm the head football coach at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Today I'd like to talk to you about our option series. We're big believers in running the triple option and running all kinds of options as part of your offense. As head coach at Delta State University in 2000, we broke 4 NCAA records in the national championship game, including points per game, where we scored 63 points, first downs, where we had 36 first downs, points and a half. We had 36 points at the end of the first half, and rushed for 524 yards, which is still a championship game record. We did that by being able to run the option. In 2007, we won the junior college national championship game. Scored 63 points in that game, had over 660 yards of total offense in that game, running the option. So we're big believers in the option and all things that come off of it. We believe that it creates conflicts for the defense, makes the defense have to play assignment football, and creates extra preparation for them that they can't afford to be able to do in only a short week's amount of preparation time. First thing I want to talk about is our triple option. We run the triple option now out of a spread, shotgun, hurry up, no huddle package. Our base for that is the inside zone. What I'd like to talk about are our offensive line rules for running inside zone. The rules are really very simple. I'm big into simplicity. I like to run a lot of different plays, but with very, very few blocking schemes. I'm the offensive line coach. I limit our run blocking schemes to 3. We run inside zone, outside zone, and power, or gap scheme, same scheme. Inside zone, outside zone, power. Our triple option is based off of our inside zone scheme. We're either covered, that means you've got a defensive lineman lined up over you, or you're uncovered, which means you're covered by a linebacker as an offensive lineman. And your rules are based off of that. Now, if you're covered, you're either covered play side or you're covered backside. Now here's what that means. Say the center's in here and I'm the guard. All right? I'm down. There's a guy covering me. The guy's either on this shoulder or he's on this shoulder. I tell him if he's ever head up, say he's backside, just to make it easy. But if you're covered, you either got a guy on your inside shoulder or a guy on your outside shoulder. Now, which way's the play going? If we call inside zone to the right and the center's in here, the play's coming this way. If a guy's on my inside shoulder, I'm covered backside because he's away from the play. Play's going to the right, he's on my inside, I'm covered backside. Or if the guy's on this shoulder, I'm covered play side. So all the way across the line, I'm either covered play side, covered backside, or I'm uncovered. That's where our rules start from. Inside zone, which is the basis of our triple option. If you're covered play side, you're going to do what we call drop drive. I'll go over what that means in just a second. If you're covered backside, you're going to do what we call saddle flipper. So if you're covered, there's a guy on you, you're either covered play side or covered backside, and that's what you're going to do. If you're uncovered, there's nobody over you, you're going to zone double. And that's it, period, end of story, makes it real easy. Now, but what does that mean? Here's where we go with it, all right? Say I'm the center. I'm the center. Quarterback's right behind me, but this is true for tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle, tight end, all the way across, all right? Let's say we're running inside zone to the right, and I'm covered with a guy shaded to my right. I'm covered play side. I'm going to drop step, which means take a step off the line of scrimmage. There's a board at a 45. Step over that board. That'll put your eyebrows down the play side number and then drive. All right? Now, what this causes the defender to do, if you try to get your hat to his play side number, he's taught one of 2 things. Either try to get penetration and don't worry about it. We're not a very good team. Or try to keep his outside arm free. Well, if I step and try to get my hat on that play side number, he's going to fight that way, well then drive on track, and I've cleared out that piece of real estate through the A-gap. So if I'm covered play side, I'm the guard. I got a 3 technique. Drop, make my hat go to his play side number, and then drive. He ought to keep that outside arm free, which cleans out this inside piece of real estate. There's the center. I'm the left guard. He's covered play side. He's in a 1 technique or 2-eye. I'm going to drop, and I'm going to get my hat on that. I either got my hat inside so the ball can come inside, or he fights hard to keep that arm free, and I wash him across, still clearing out that piece of real estate on the inside. So all the way across, covered play side. Drop step and get your hat to the play side number and drive, staying on your track. Now, let's say I'm the center and I'm covered backside. Plays inside zone to the right. I've got a shade to my left. Now my rule is saddle, which just means pick that foot up and put it down. Just picking it up and putting it down. Just buying time for the guard to get here. Saddle, flipper. Now I'm back on a 45-degree track. All right. If I'm the backside, there's the center. I'm the left guard, and I've got a 3 technique. I'm covered. Back, he's not in here, play side, he's here. Backside, I'm going to saddle, flipper. Now on the same track as the center was when he had the backside shade on a 45. And I'm going to duck walk to the next level. All right, so that's covered play side, drop drive, covered backside, settle, flipper. Now, if I'm uncovered, I'm the left guard. Here's the center. He's got a shade backside, or guy head up or guy play, it doesn't matter to me. I'm uncovered. My rule is zone double. All right. I'm going to drop step to get my hat to his play side number. All right. If he works play side of the center, I'm going to track on up for the linebacker. If he works backside of the center, I'm going to get my eyebrows through the play side number. We're going to double him off the line of scrimmage, creating movement, trying to clear out the A gaps. We tell our guys, the football is going A gap to A gap. That's a runway. You got to let that plane land in that runway. That ball is coming A gap to A gap. You guys are bulldozers. There's trees, rocks. You got to clean out that A gap where this plane can land through this A gap. All right. For instance, we're running inside zone to the right. He's covered play side, drop, drive. I'm covered play side, drop and get your hat to the inside. Uncovered, drop, double up, B gap. Uncovered, double, if he comes inside, drive. He stays outside, track up to the linebacker. Drop, drive, us to Sam, us to Mike. All right, shuffle, shuffle, hit the A gap. Hit the A gap. The tailback's rule, he's going to line with his toes on the quarterback's heels. Half a yard to a yard behind him. All right, in the B gap, he's going to shuffle, shuffle, keeping his shoulder square, and then attack the A gap. Reading nothing. Attack the A gap 1,000,000 miles an hour and throw your body through it. You're a plane and you got to land right there. Trust that your offensive linemen are going to get this cleaned out. Hit it 1,000,000 miles an hour. If there's something in the A gap, jump cut the backside A. So if we were to get a slant in here, the center would have to get that rooted out so he could hit it. If that is steel clad where he can't land there, jump cut the backside A. The guard has either got his hat inside of him where I can hit it in there, or he wouldn't let him get his, where he pushed him across where I can jump cut the backside A. But the offensive line has got to clean out A to A. Here's another instance. Here we were all covered play side. Drop. Here we're covered backside. Settle flipper, drop drive. Get movement to there. I'm covered back, settle flipper, drop drive, zone double. Now hit it A to backside A. All right, this is a hard, downhill, hit it 1,000,000 miles an hour play by the tailback. Key point being, keep your shoulder square. If the tailback turns his shoulders to get, he's not going to make that backside A gap cut. He'll never get there. He's got to shuffle, shuffle, hit it. Now he can hit the backside A gap. Make sure he keeps his shoulder square. Quarterback, heels at 4.5. Catch the snap, flip. Replace the Back foot with the front foot. Just catch a snap and flip. Real easy. We don't spend a bunch of time on just catch it, flip. Flip your hips open to a 45. Extend the ball to the back hip. Your eyes automatically go to the end man on the line. So after you catch the snap, flip, the ball's here, your eyes are on the end man, read the end man. You're going to give the football every time, unless the end man, who is our read, unless he gets his hat across the crease. Where's the crease? A gap to A gap. So you think give, quarterback. Unless he gets his hat across the A gap, then you disconnect and get downhill. Replace the read key. Tailback, shuffle, shuffle, A gap to A gap. Quarterback, catch a snap, flip the hips, eyes on the read, give the football. He gets his hat on the crease, disconnect. I want a violent disconnection. Pull the football out of there. And then replace the read key downhill. All right? That's our base for our inside zone. The inside zone is the basis for our triple option. Let's go over our triple option. A lot of different variations that we can run the triple option off of. I want to start with our base way, and then let's build from there. Triple option's based off inside zone. So here, where he's covered play side, drop and get the hat inside, and we either allow him the back to go to the A gap or push him across the A gap, which cleans up the backside A if he doesn't let your hat get inside. Covered play side, us two are doubling to here, us two are doubling to whatever shows there. All right, I'm ripping inside, protecting the B gap. I know that that's the read key. I'm drop stepping. If he slants out, I got him. If not, stay on track for linebacker. Let's go over base rules. Receivers. Outside receiver to the option side is always outside number. Feather his outside, push outside, sink the hips, protect his outside number, stay in square. You're blocking for the pitch. You're blocking for the pitch. Shuffle, shuffle, A gap to backside A. Quarterback flip, read the end man on the line of scrimmage. All right. Receiver, again, you can line him up here, let him be the pitch. Our base, line him out here. Now, makes them spread out more. We may have hitches. We may have something else we want to check to. We're no huddle. Make them line up. They may give us something. He's out there and we want to run the play. Quarterback, he'll just look out and just tell him to come in. That guy, when we don't like jogging motion, we want full speed motion. So when we point, we want to bring him in full speed. Let's be running. When he gets to the B gap, snap the football. I'm going 1 yard behind the quarterback's heels. Flatten him for 4 steps, and then mirrored. Quarterback flip. Read the end. Base play. Let's talk about this inside receiver. 2 safeties. Push and block the safety. We're reading 1, pitching off 2. All right? So quarterback, I'm giving the football unless he squeezes down, gets on the crease. Let's say he does. He squeezes down and takes the dive. Quarterback disconnect, replace the read key. Pitch off a number 2. I'm going to go 4 steps flat and then mirror the quarterback, keeping a 4 yard by 1 yard relationship. Catch the pitch, go numbers to sideline. That's the base way. Reading 1, pitching off 2. It's our job as coaches each week to make sure that we run this ball into the correct numbers. Couldn't run it without somebody to block, whoever it is that we need to block the safety. For instance, each week we change up and we decide what's the best way to run the triple option. Earlier I showed here, pushing and going to the safety, reading and pitching. If they are a squeeze and scrape team, to where the end is going to squeeze and take the dive, the linebacker is going to scrape and take quarterback, and he's free to take the pitch, not a good way to run it. All right? So what we'd have to do is find another way for us to run it. All right? Next way would be, let's take him and let's crack. If they're a squeeze and scrape team, let's rip inside, zone up, shuffle, shuffle, boom, read. There's one, there's two, run off three. All right, let's crack or seal the linebacker. We decide that by game plan. If they're not a squeeze and scrape team, we'll keep sending him to the safety and read here, pitch off here if he's getting stuck in there on the dive. But if they're going to put him on the dive, scrape him for the quarterback, we will put him down so that we will, when he squeezes, he's bam, crack him. Now, pitch off of him. Now, let's say that their linebacker is better than our wide receiver. We trying to crack him. We just can't crack him because he's a heck of a football player. He's a D1 guy, and maybe we've got a guy that's not as physical trying to block him, and he's a squeeze and scrape. Let's take him out of the game, and let's put in a super back, who a bigger, stronger fullback. So now we'll come motion, dive, zone. All right, now you seal a bigger, more physical, you seal him. Let's read one, pitch off two, run off, stalk the outside number of three, make him run the alley. All right, now, where do you seal from? Same place that we run the power from. Heels, 1 yard behind their heels, sitting in the B gap. What does his path need to be? He needs to go through the stripe of the tackle. Let's look at the different scenarios that can happen there if they're a well-coached squeeze and scrape team. When he zones in, he gonna squeeze. All right, if I go out here, that linebacker's gonna scrape downhill, he's gonna come underneath. I've got to go through his stripe so that there's no room left between me and the end. So when he goes inside, I'm the super back. When that tackle goes down, I want to come right off his stripe. That defense will come right off that end stripe so that I can pick up the scrape linebacker. If I go wide, he's going to take dive. He's going to scrape underneath me and take quarterback. And I got this guy sitting out here on pitch. We have to work this a lot to make sure that we're able to get that seal. The other thing we have to work a lot is the crack. If we're cracking to take linebacker, he's not going to be able to crack from here. He's going to squeeze, he's going to scrape, he's going to come underneath it. He got to cut his split. Next, I got to aim through the stripe of the D. If I go here, I got to aim here. So when he comes, I'm ready to meet him right off his hip. And then if that don't get it done, let's go there. Put in a super back to be able to take him. All right. If we're having a hard time, which normally we've been able to get that, we always like to have plan B, which is pitch off the scrape linebacker. All right. If we want to run triple and pitch off the scrape linebacker. Now, number two moves inside. Now it's no longer 1-2. If we want to change it up and pitch off, there's your read, there's your pitch. Now we've got to be able to block here. So in order to do that, we'll just make a block call. All right, I'll signal 1-2 to the quarterback, 1-2, 1-2. And then the receiver, I'll tell him block, block, block. That tells me no crack, no safety, block man over. So now, shuffle, shuffle, read, pitch, and there you go. But that is our triple option, base triple option off of inside zone. And that has been a big, big run for us for a lot of years. And the reason we like the option, it does a lot of things to the defense. Number one, it makes them play assignment football. They have to have somebody assigned to the quarterback, the dive, and the pitch on every snap. Number two, it eliminates a lot of blitzes and eliminates a lot of gimmick defenses so that we get to practice versus a base defense as a regular look. Let's take a look at the cut-ups, and we'll watch some of our options and some of the variations that we've used over the years. All right, this is a triple option off of our inside zone. It's been a good play for us. You can see here we're lined up in a tight end set with the super back. Super back is to the top. We're utilizing the super back here to seal the linebacker. So here's what our count looks like right now. There's one. That's the quarterback's read. Quarterback's reading here. We're pitching off two to the top. The super back is coming through the stripe to make sure that, see here you see the linebacker get lost inside. Super back needs to flatten for the free safety, but we've got inside zone up front. Reading the end. He comes down to tackle the dive. The quarterback disconnects. Now he can get it out and pitch off of this guy, but we tell him replace the read. The read's downhill, you get downhill. He can't get to you, run the ball. He could have gotten it out and pitched off this guy. We'd have still had a good football play. But this is our inside zone triple option. Again, using the receiver as motion, get it pitched. We feel like we've gained an extra player. Here it is from the wide copy. You can see the inside zone. See the tight path by the super back. There's still some air. He needs to be a little tighter in case this linebacker scrapes. He'd blow him up. Quarterback would pitch off of this guy. Look at the flow of the dive. It slows down the safety. And this guy who's running across man-to-man with the pitch, I mean, he gets lost in there as well. It really forces the team to play assignment football. It's hard to do this and play man-to-man. Same deal, he's running across man. Quarterback's reading the end. The end comes down to tackle the dive. He's pitching off the strong safety, get it, all right? He could pitch off of this guy. And then we're man-to-man here and here. Quarterback, we tell him anytime you see that safety running or the safety's lost, if you can fake and attack the middle of the field, you'll score. Again, all this is inside zone up front. Guard drop step, get your hat on the inside number, reading the end, sealing the linebacker, pitching off the next guy. Good football play. All right, now out of a different set. All right, two backs. We're not using motion here. Quarterback's reading the end, pitching off two. You can see the end does not get his hat down on the crease. Quarterback's reading one, pitching off two. We give the football, score a touchdown. A good read by the quarterback. The end's upfield. There's no way 44 is getting his hat down on the A gap. The back does a good job and hits the front side A gap, bounces, touchdown. That is a give read. All right, let's take another look. All right, we got tight end to the top to protect strong safety coming off the edge. The end, quarterback's reading the end, pitching off two. We got an outside stalk and an outside stalk. They both push outside and feather stalk. They're blocking for the pitch. Don't get in there and dig. The quarterback may have to pitch the football. Quarterback's reading the end, pitching off the linebacker. We didn't tell him to crack. We don't have anybody in there to seal, so he knows now, read, pitch. Read, linebacker over scrapes. He hit it north and south. So here's what the quarterback's doing. He knows now we don't have a super back in here to seal the linebacker. So now it's read, pitch. The outside receivers know stalk, stalk. You can see the back hitting the A gap. I believe if he'd have gave that one, we'd have been good. But he does squeeze down. Quarterback keeps it. Linebacker over scrapes. All right, same deal. Read, pitch, stalk, stalk on the outside. Watch the end get upfield. We get the jump cut. Good job of the back. Watch his shoulder stay square. Shoulder, now he can make that backside jump cut. That's the backside jump cut that you got to make, that you can't make if you turn your shoulders. A little different look here. We're trying to get a blocker for the safety, so we go unbalanced. We got all three receivers. These two guys are on, he's off. We can seal, send him to safety. All right, but we're reading the backside. Boom, might have been a give read, yes. All right, here's your read. Watch the DN get upfield. He's upfield, give it. Shoulders are square, jump cut, shoot it. Good play. There's another dive. See, back hitting it front side, hitting the dive. Using the receiver to crack the backer. So we're reading the D end who steps out, so that's a give. Give it. Pitching off this guy, he's cracking there. And again, that's game plan. Gain of 7 on the dive. All right. Read the end. We got a super back, so he's sealing here. We're pitching here. Read, get it pitched. Get it pitched. If he were to pitch the ball, we may be to the house. Boom, he makes a safety miss, and he takes it pretty much to the house anyway. Good play. But a lot of different looks, same football play. Super back, here's an arc look. We're going to read the end, pitch off this linebacker, and let's arc it. We made a call to say read, don't seal. Let's get on out here and arc block it. Read, pitch, and we get to give. But there's ever what you have time to practice and ever what you want to spend your time on getting good at, you can do. All right, let's see if we got an arc here. We're reading the end. I know that much. All right, this is one where we based the backside and read the linebacker. Good football play. Again, there's lots of different ways to skin this cat. The number one variation of the triple option that we've had a lot of success with over the years is the midline. We started running the midline off of the inside veer years ago with the fullback right behind the quarterback. Quarterback would step back, tailback would run the midline. The quarterback would read the first defender from a shade out. That was a great play for us. It helped us win a national championship in 2000 from under center running the midline. In the last couple of years, we've been running the spread no huddle shotgun. We wanted to find a way to run the midline out of the spread shotgun no huddle. Here's what we've come up with, and it's been pretty successful for us off of our triple option. The midline itself is it's also based off of the inside zone. All right. The offensive line starts off with zone blocking rules, so it doesn't force our linemen to have to learn anything different. It's inside zone for them, the same as our inside zone triple option. Here's our difference on midline. Now, backside guard. Forget your rule on inside zone. I want you to rip inside of the first lineman from a shade out. So here's what that would look like. You're covered, rip inside, and you're protecting a gap for the fullback dive. Shuffle, shuffle, a gap to a gap. For the quarterback and the tailback, same play as inside zone. Shuffle, shuffle, hit a gap. A gap's cloudy, jump cut the backside A. Backside guard, you get in, I don't care if it's a shaded nut, get inside of him. Now if it's a shaded nose, it'll turn into a wash, automatic pull. 2I, get inside of him, probably a wash, automatic pull. 3 technique, get inside it, block for the fullback. Don't chase nothing out there. You're blocking for the tailback. You're blocking for the dive. Tackle. You got first man outside the read key. Who is the read key? The read key is the first man from a shade out. So you fan, drop step and fan the first man outside the read key. Tight end, anything up, block out. Nothing up, fold and turn out. Super back, align in the B gap. Aim through the stripe to keep from being too much separation. Aim through the stripe and then attack the play side thigh of whatever is on the second level. All right, so you're the insert back. All right, and then you can do as many bells and whistles as you want to with it. You can motion out to try to pull out the hole defender. You can motion back and make them try to think you're running the option. You can motion across. Doesn't matter. Here's what matters. Who is the first lineman you're going to get inside of and read? Fan, insert. Everybody else is blocking inside zone. Quarterback, you're reading the first lineman backside. If he's lined up inside the guard, you're thinking disconnect and replace. If he's outside, read it out. Maybe a give, maybe a pull. If you do pull it, replace the read key, get downhill, get north and south. That is midline, the way we like to run it, off of our triple option or our inside zone. It's been a good play for us. We can run it out of a lot of different sets. We run it with a tight end. If I'm worried about pressure coming from this side, I'll put a tight end in there to fan. We'll run inside zone, get inside there, insert. He's going to squeeze, turns into quarterback ISO. If I don't want to go a good two backs, let's say I want to go trips. This has always been a good formation for. They'll cheat the Sam out, have a 7, a 3, Mike. We'll go inside zone here, get him up on the Mike. Boom, fold in case the Mike scrapes. Double. All right, let him dig. Shuffle, shuffle, A to A. He squeezes, he's up on him. If he were to scrape, he would crush him down, he turns him out, replace. If he gets too far in the box, check and throw the bubble outside. So the midline and the complements off of the midline have been really good for us. Let's take a look at them on the cut-ups. Quarterback's reading the first defender backside, who is the 3 technique. The tackle's fanning. The first man outside to read, tight end, you're fanning. If something's up, fan. Super back, you're inserting. You know that the quarterback's reading, now you come through an ISO. So the quarterback is reading the first defender, backside, he squeezes to tackle the dive. Quarterback disconnects and replaces the read key, getting downhill. Good football play, good hard run by the quarterback. All right, so there's the 2Y. The quarterback knows it's pretty much an automatic pull. This guard is taught rip inside of whatever's there. They're doubling up the Mike. They're running inside zone on the front side. Fan, fan, bam. There's your insert, and there you go. All right, inside zone to the top, midline back here. Guard, rip inside, tackle, fan, insert. Good job, quarterback. He read the tackle block. The 5 technique pinches inside, the quarterback bounces it.